If you don't want your business exposed and you
Don't
don't
be on
want the
TV.
opinions and comments of people watching you, take your ass off the show. It's as simple as that.
Hey everyone, it's another edition of I see that Shay has requested to come on. Shay, you there?
I'm here.
Yay! Okay, guys, give it up for Shay. Woo, 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 woo. Shay, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm really, really good. Especially right now, you kind of have to find something to do. But I would say my brand is keeping me busy in the house, but it's keeping me busy. So I'm doing
Nice. Well,
good.
I'm glad you found something to do here with me this evening, darling. So thank you.
Let's
I
talk.
appreciate
Let's
it.
get it on.
Let's
No problem.
let's love it. Listen, so I have been following you for quite a while. I'm sure there may be some people on the platform that may or may not know of you. So, in a little, I guess you could say, cliff notes, give us some highlights on who Shay Johnson is.
Um, when I moved to Atlanta, I wanted to do music videos, and that didn't work for me. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the environment. I didn't like how the girls were treated. So I started working for the casting director, who was a top casting agent in Atlanta, casting by Carolyn. She was doing everybody's videos. So I started working for her, and I started casting the girls. And the irony in that is when I went to Atlanta, when I moved there, I couldn't find nobody before the videos to help me get on. And sending me to Google and Yahoo saying, "Oh, you can look it up. Just go Google it." And I'm like, "Google it? You have the connect. Why you can't just give me the connect?" So once I started working for the casting director, the same girls that denied the information to me were the same girls having to come to me for the castings. But when I started doing that, I started meeting a lot of different people. It's like really, I started from the bottom. I even was a hypnotic girl in Atlanta. You remember the drink
Really,
hypnotic?
that's a throwback.
Girl, I used to be one of the hypnotic girls, and what they would do is go to the different clubs and events, wear the hypnotic t-shirts or whatever. We would pass out drinks and all of that. I was even a flyer girl below that. By the end of the night, I was paid to go out and pass out flyers. So I went from passing out flyers to being a hypnotic girl to being in music videos to working for the casting director. Didn't like none of that. So when I was working for the state of Georgia, I used to work for the Department of Labor and Department of Agriculture. I was on Craigslist looking for a spot to move to, and I ran across the casting for Flavor of Love season 2. That's how I got
Yeah.
on Flavor of Love, through Craigslist.
And
So
I'm so glad I'm not the only person that used Craigslist to find my life from
Oh
one
no, I
job or
I
house to
use
the next.
Craigslist to find, locations where I was moving to. They have gigs on there for different. They got different events. Like it's all type of stuff on Craigslist. So when I
You just
sent
got to
them,
know how to use it properly. But go ahead.
of
Sorry.
course, of course, production company, they asked for 5 sentences about myself through Craigslist. I sent that. By the time I went to lunch, it was like 10:30. By the time I went to lunch about 12:30, they called me and told me they wanted an interview. What happened, really? Seriously? They caught me at the
Yeah.
right time because I had a problem with my upper management and my attitude wasn't that cute when I was, answering the 5 questions. So I think how I answered the questions caught their attention. They say, "Hey, we want you on Flavor of Love 2. We want you to do an interview first. We're coming out next week." This is still in Atlanta. So they came out that next week. They interviewed me. I got my contract right then, right there. I was the only person that they interviewed in Atlanta that got their contract right then, right there. That's how interested
Wow.
they were in my personality. Got on Flavor of Love. After that, then I did Charm School. I don't know if you remember Charm School. These are all VH1
Yes, I
shows I've
do.
been on. Then I did I Love Money, which was canceled and never aired. I Love Money 2 never aired because the winner had died. That's a
Yes, I remember
whole,
that.
yeah, that was a whole nother story. I really don't talk about it much, but he was my partner on the show. He had somebody that he had met her in 72 hours. They had a relationship. Something happened between them, and She died. It's speculation that he killed her, chopped up her body.
Yes.
It was in a suitcase, and they canceled the show because of it, because he was the winner. After I did that, I did. What did I do after that? Yeah, after that, I went, back to Atlanta, because we filmed most of our filming that I did for the shows I did was in LA. So I went to do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I was on season 1, season 2. After I did that, I moved, like about 4 or 5 years later, moved down to Miami, and I'm on Love and Hip Hop Miami. So I've had a
Nice.
journey, and it's had its ups and downs. Trust me.
Yes, and definitely. And thank you for giving us those highlights. Wonderful. I'm going to dibble dabble around because you gave a nice little platter of juiciness, okay? Of greatness. So I want to go, and I'm not going to stay on it too long because it was years ago. Your time with Flavor of Love. Can you give us a little insight as to why you wanted to go? Because people back then was like, Flavor Flav, ew, he's ugly. Like, I would never. But there was one that actually was on there. So what was your reason?
I went for the bag, and I got the bag, and I'll do it again. And Flav is actually a good guy. He's a good person. No intention to. It was just a TV show. Flav actually had a girlfriend there that we found out after we filmed the show. We just noticed it would be a girl kind of lingering around. We found out that was one of his baby mamas that he was dealing with at the time.
Was that Bridget Nielsen, the mom?
I don't. No. Bridget Nielsen. He wasn't with her. He did Flavor Love after they broke up. So it was really just a show. You know what I mean? Everybody say ill. I don't give a shit. Flav called me today. Hey, we doing something. Let's get it. How much is the bag? How much is that check? All right, I'm going to get it. A lot of people take these shows a little too seriously sometimes, and just enjoy the moment, enjoy the show, have a little laugh, and that's what I did. The only hard part for me with Flavor of Love was dealing with the many female personalities, because I don't have any sisters. I only have 2 brothers, so I never had to deal with, the different personalities, and I had to adapt. But I did pretty good on the show, so yeah.
Yeah, because, and I know you don't want to talk too much about it, but one of the main characters was New York. How did you get along with New York?
I never had a problem with her. I still don't have a problem with her to this day. I seen her, good. I think it was like maybe a year ago in LA. I think it was around the BET Awards, and I seen her and ran into her, and she got good energy. She doing good for herself. She got her own thing.
She sure is, yeah.
So yeah, I don't have a problem with anybody. I just focus on me. In this industry that you're in, you'll have people that you would expect people to have the same energy and loyalty that you have, but I learned the hard way that everybody's not me. Everybody don't give that respect. Everybody's not loyal, so I can't get mad like I used to. I can't get mad that somebody's not giving me the same energy that I'm giving off. So because of the industry, I've learned to have tough skin, and I've learned to move forward and focus more so on me. Not focus on why you're not my friend, or why you don't have my back, or why you don't love me the way I love you. I'm just focused on me, and it's been working. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about what everybody else is doing, because I even have situations now with family and friends that don't support me. And I don't have an answer on why certain people don't support me, and I support them. It could be envy, it could be jealousy, it could be, I don't know what else. Those are the 2 options I came up with. But at the end of the day, I'm not trying to compete with nobody. I'm just trying to be out here hustling, surviving, moving forward.
Right. So moving on from that, because you're clearly a veteran in this game.
And mentioning being a vet, I'm proud that I've been able to maintain and use my personality and being open and honest to get me from show to show. Like, this is literally, at the end of the day, it's one of my jobs. I use the platform to push, what I have going on outside the show. People always ask, like, Shay, what are you doing? If you go to my Instagram, you'll see. If you go to my website, you'll see. If you go to I Am Shay Johnson, you'll see that I have detox that I sell. Belly fat flush that I sell. I'm a spokesperson for fibroid awareness. I also have pills and tea for that. I just started selling black seed oil. Like, I make money when I'm asleep. I don't have to go out this house and do nothing but go back and forth to the post office if I want to. But that's one of my many residual incomes that's coming in. The reason I'm on Love and Hip Hop is because I'm relatable to the everyday woman. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And I'm a hustler. I'm a go-getter. And clearly my personality clicks with the public or I wouldn't be there. I don't Joe Blow just to be on the show. And there's a lot of women that do that. They hop around from man to man just to keep a storyline. And I refuse to do that. Whomever I end up with is whomever I end up with. If you see my DMs, my list is long. It's just I'm picky and I have a reason to be. Most dudes, they just want to put me on their hit list. Not interested. You know what I'm saying? I really want a genuine relationship, somebody to love, date, possibly become my man, possibly my husband, possibly have kids with. But there's levels to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to go find some random dude just for TV. I'm just not interested. And it happens all the time. I won't mention no names, but it's happened recently.
Yeah, definitely. I totally understand what you're saying about that. And when you and I have some knowledge about when it comes to reality TV. I've mentioned it here on the show, and also in other conversations. I used to do freelance PR for a TV talent that was on a popular TV show on Bravo called Blood, Sweat, and Heels. So I understand when you're talking about things being misconstrued or things being rigged or set up or staged or just
Or
not
edit.
or edited or not the way it's supposed to be. So I know what you're saying. How do you feel, because you've done many reality shows, how do you feel that Shay Johnson has been portrayed on TV?
I mean, I've had my positive and negative moments, but I think it's just life. I was asked the question the other day, if I was able to go back to Shay Johnson from Flavor of Love, what would I have told her to make a change? I told that person absolutely nothing. That show helped me get to where I am today. Every move and every step that I have made me who I am today. I am not perfect by far. I'm definitely not where I want to be, but I'm far from where I started. If I made any type of change from the past, I won't be who I am now or whatever my future may be. So I've made, mistakes. TV has helped me along the way to grow tough skin. But when I first got on TV, I've been called every negative name in the book. If you think of something negative to say, I've been called that. If I get negative and positive, I just don't care because I know who I am. And I realize the public don't define who I am. Either you like Shay or you don't. I really don't give a. Either you like Shay or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is who I am. But I'm on TV because of, I don't follow nobody. I don't ride nobody wave. I don't kiss nobody ass. And I'm never, ever a bully. Ever, ever, ever. I'm never a bully. But if you try me, you know what I'm saying? I'll try to calm down, you know what I'm saying, to diffuse. But if you try me, like, come on. If that's like off camera. If somebody coming to you with the hand in your face or disrespectful or, violate your personal space, put their hands on you, you just gonna stand there? No, you're gonna defend yourself some type of way, whether it's verbally, whether it's physically. You have a right to defend yourself. And that's just who I am. So if you can't take my strong personality or my honesty when you come asking me questions or you come at me aggressively, stay away from me. That's just how I see it.
I understand. And definitely you've had your share of conflict or, disagreements with other individuals on there. Some is warranted, and I guess some, no violence is warranted. Let me just say that. But the point I'm trying to make is when it comes to you, you know how to handle it. And I have to say, you pretty much do nip stuff in the bud from jump. I have to say that.
I'm pretty honest, and people wouldn't expect me to be as open as I am about my life. My PR Jen, she just said this recently. She said, you are open, but you're a little too open. You just talk about everything. You mention everything. I'm very honest. Like, it doesn't make any sense to hide who I am. This is me. So when you go on television, it's funny because I was looking at some videos and stuff from the reunion from Love and Hip Hop Miami, and I had seen one with Amada, which I love very, very much. That she said she just wish everybody mind their own damn business. And I'm like, that's really hard to tell the public to mind their own damn business when you're on a national reality TV show exposing your business. So that was an ignorant comment to say. If you don't want your business exposed and you don't want the opinions and comments of people watching you, take your ass off the show. It's as simple as that. Either you can handle it or you can't handle it. You know, and don't get it twisted. Reality TV is not easy. You don't know what to expect. You don't know who you're dealing with. Then you got the thirsty ones coming on the show trying to find climb up to fame. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to get into it with you on purpose. It was one cast member from this season that made a comment to one of the producers when they were in their interview and said, "Yeah, I don't like Shay because when I met her, I seen her before one time at a video shoot. And I don't remember this. They said I was at a video shoot. I met them and I wasn't friendly. So therefore, they want to come at me disrespectfully on national television, Love and Hip Hop. Excuse me? I'm not in high school. I graduated a long time ago. And as far as I'm concerned, and in the society we live in, I don't owe nobody an explanation. I don't owe nobody no type of greeting. I don't owe nobody anything. Now, I'm very polite, very respectful. I speak to everybody. You can ask anybody, any one of my team members, my assistant, Jim, my PR, my friends, my family. I don't turn down pictures. I'm always smiling and I'm always giving off positive energy. So to me, people basically try to find reasons to get on the show to be negative because they feel like if I go on here and I get at her, maybe I can boost my fame. Well, you met the right one. That's all I'll say.
Right. Because, and this is a good segue because I was going to tap into this to a little later, but you just gave me opportunity to segue. On the reunion, right, on part 2, I think it was Sukiana or some of the ladies was talking to you about Nikki Naturals, why you didn't take up for Nikki Naturals and that whole like situation. Like,
for number one, let's keep it clear. Okay. I've known Trina since Flavor of Love. We did Flavor of Love over 10 years ago, known her for years. So I kind of picked up on her personality. Trina have a problem with you and she's that mad and irate, and I've seen it before. There's no calming her down. Sometimes it just takes people time to get away. You go over here, you go over there. It takes some time. It may be a week, maybe a month, maybe a year before you can come back. That's a totally different situation. I really, really like Trina. And I really, really like Nikki, even though I just met her, this year. It hasn't even been a year since I know Nikki, but I like her personality. And one thing I didn't do, I didn't jump on the bandwagon when everybody went against her because she never did anything to me. I like her, but what I won't ever do for nobody in my clique, I don't care who you are, I'm not fighting nobody's battle. You know what I mean? I'm not here to be your do boy. I'm not here to be your side chick. I'm not here to fight anybody's battles ever, and I will not. And what I did like about Nikki, she handles her own. But the real question is, why Suki was asking me why I didn't say nothing, which is none of my business, was why I ain't say nothing. And those are two people I actually deal with. Why didn't your friend Hoodbrat say nothing when you was arguing back and forth with Nikki? She sat there and mute as hell and didn't say anything at all. Right. But I respect her for that because it wasn't her place. You know, I don't need a clique of chicks behind me. I don't need 10, 20, 30 females for me to say something to one person that I have a problem with. It should be me and you, two grown women, talking about our issues and moving forward. Simple. Communication handles a lot of situations. So if their communication was bad, that's between them. Now, the reason I jumped in between Suki and Nikki, I just met both of them. At the same time. So I thought I can diffuse something because I felt, honestly, Suki was just taking it out of context. Because if you ask anybody outside of the Trina situation why they don't like Nikki, it makes no sense. All of this happened because of this TV show. Because really, the girls were cool before this TV show. Nikki had did a song with Hoodbrat before.
See, we didn't know
but
that.
Now all of a sudden everybody's against Nikki. Mm-hmm. I don't ride waves, I create them. I'm never nobody's follower. I don't kiss ass. I just don't. I'm sorry. And I don't fight nobody's battle. And I don't expect nobody to fight mine. I don't need you to fight mine. I handle my own all the time. Y'all been seeing me on TV for over 10 years. I don't have to go get, 17 chicks to come behind me before I have a issue with you that I need to address. I'm going to address you by myself, me, myself, and I alone. Period.
Yeah. So, to tap into what you just said about group of chicks jumping in, right? Give me your honest opinion on what you thought about that scene when all those girls jumped Nikki Naturals when Trina was trying to do the boot camp with them.
Well, I told Nikki how I felt. I felt like she shouldn't have went at Trina the way that she did because Trina didn't come out there she didn't come out aggressively. She didn't come out disrespectfully. She was trying to calm her down and have a conversation with her to see if she can diffuse the situation. But Nikki, at the same time, I understand her point too. Her back was against the wall. She already been feeling everybody was against her. Everybody was ganging up on her. And she was dolo. You know what I'm saying? So if you got 10, 20 girls, let's talk about that situation. You got 4 or 5 girls ready to come at your head. You going to be ready for whatever too. You're not about to. So no, I don't condone jumping. I think it's weak bitch when you try to jump somebody. If you got an issue with one girl, you as an individual should go to that one individual and handle your situation. Start off with communication. Be grown woman about it.
Right.
If it wasn't a clique of individuals hanging together, certain people wouldn't have that personality to be so ballsy and jump, you know what I'm saying, and bust a move. Oh, no. When you by yourself, let me see how you act when you by yourself, because that same energy is not there. So it shouldn't have never been, a bunch of girls talking to her. They should have just been able to sit down and have a conversation. Period. Right. Just one-on-one. That's it. It's just weak. I'm sorry. I'll never respect a dude girl, a dude boy, a peon. I'll never respect it. I'm not that. I'm not gonna kiss nobody ass on that show. Nobody. But I will give respect when respect is due. I don't have a problem with Trina at all. Nikki do, but I don't have a problem with Nikki. So I stay out of it. That's none of my business.
Right. Do you think Sukihana was a good casting member for this season, for this show?
I think the whole cast was good for this show. I think really? It took everybody, and then I don't put one above the other, because sometimes when certain people get on TV, especially when it's their first time, your head get a little big and you feeling yourself and you feeling like you're bigger than everybody and you feeling like if it wasn't for you, the show wouldn't go on. This is Love and Hip Hop, which consists of several cast members. So it takes several cast members to create this show. If you so good by your damn self, go get your own show. Let's see how that goes.
Speaking about taking up for people or in that whole scenario, right? Intro your brother, right? And Amara La Negra, their relationship. Their relationship looked very nice. I was really pleased to see Amara in another light. However, there were some scenarios and some situations that just didn't fit well with you, right? Do you think they should have put their relationship out on TV to be seen to the masses?
Well, when you on reality television, they get into your personal lives. And if you're in a current relationship, they would prefer to have that current relationship public. And that's what happened. Now, this was my brother's first time, ever going to go unexperienced, not ever expecting his ex-girlfriend from 10 years ago would come on national television and bash him. Now, I'll tell you, if the scenario was with me, if I was on TV with my dude and his ex-girlfriend pop up out of nowhere trying to have a conversation with me and give me information on my current relationship, I would have cut it off. I'm not about to sit here and allow you to bash my man. No matter what issues I have going on at home, we gonna handle that at home. With certain things, you do not have to put out. You know what I'm saying? You kind of give the public what you want, but you have to be a little bit of a vet to do that. I didn't like what Ann said about my brother. That's his ex-girlfriend. I didn't like that, Prima Donna brought her in, but I don't have a problem with Prima Donna. I don't have a problem with Amada. I don't have a problem with Ann. I don't like the situation and how it was handled. I definitely don't like the fact that Amada got so irate she went home and just went crazy on MJ. But I understand that she wants somebody in a better, financial situation. Who don't? Who don't? But there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't know about, that I know about, that I won't expose.
Right.
What you've seen on TV, I will talk about, but anything outside of that, I won't. They're doing whatever they're doing with their relationship. I'm out of it. I had an opinion when my opinion was asked for with my brother. And at the same time, you got my brother, which we have the same mother and father, and my friend dating. In the beginning, Amada came to me and asked me, could she date my brother? I wanted to say no so bad because I knew it would affect our friendship. Because if it come down to it, I'm rolling with my brother. And I don't want to have to go against somebody that I considered a friend that I really love. But it really, really put a damp in our friendship. It really, really did.
Yeah. I want to switch gears a little bit because I know that you've gotten in your boss lady bag and gotten into some entrepreneurial endeavors, right? You did a really wonderful weight loss change, if I'm not mistaken, and that was highlighted a little bit on season 1. Can you talk to us a little bit about how that journey, how you went through that journey, and also, how did your time on TV help grow your business?
I started off over 7 years, about 7 years ago, with a trainer, Derek Taylor. I started working out with him because I had gained a lot of weight. I was depressed about finances, about a man, about a job, about everything. I was just depressed, so I was an emotional eater. I just started eating everything: Popeyes, McDonald's, Burger King, you name it, I was eating it. So I gained a lot of weight. When I got with the trainer, set me down to figure out what was going on with me. So I started complaining about, my life and finances and my man and blah, blah, blah. He said, these are all things that you can change. So you mentally have to change your mindset before I get you in the gym to change your body. So once we started talking and I built my confidence with him, I started working out. And as I was working out, I was building a new fan base. When I did that, he was like, you should create, a fitness brand because people are really, really into your fitness. Because I was working out in the gym all the time, posting, workout videos all the time. So that's how Shay J Fit came about. On that page, you can see that I have meal plans, resistant bands, belly burners, things like that, like certain things to help you jumpstart your journey towards health and wellness. The reason I changed is because I started doing research when it came to processed foods in the United States up with hormone shots to produce faster. And the more that they produce, the more money comes in, which I understand it's a business. That doesn't mean I have to follow suit with that. That's FDA approved. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's FDA approved is not good for you. So I have to figure out what's good for my body. Because if you think about it, back in the day, we didn't process our food that way. All the animals were grass fed. We didn't have to go to the pharmacy to pick up medicine. We went to the bush to get a berry or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You had teas and turmerics and garlics and all of these different natural products to heal your body without hurting you. But now the pharmaceutical industry, they allow you all of these different type of medications, which I'm not saying they don't work, but you have to understand the side effect that you'll have later on in life. Now, I did have a halt when it came to my body and my brand for Shay J Fit. I had stopped working out because I had found out that I had fibroids.
Yeah.
I had, and I didn't go to the doctor right away. I had waited almost a year because I was terrified. I just knew something was wrong with my body. Even my trainer noticed it because he said, there's something going on in your stomach. We doing too many sit-ups, trying to get this six pack, but there's a bulge and there's something going on in your stomach. So when I finally went to the doctor, before I went to the doctor, I had fainted. And I noticed my menstrual cycles went from 6 days to 14 days.
Wow.
I had pain in my stomach, pain in my back. I was going to the bathroom like 5 times an hour. I couldn't go to the movie theater without getting up a couple times to go to the bathroom. And what I found out was, and I had clots coming out of me that was the size of your palm or bigger. So I was losing a lot of blood in my iron. I was losing a lot of iron, so I was anemic, extremely anemic, and I needed blood transfusions. Not knowing all of this was going on, why it was going on, it was just happening. So finally went to the doctor. They did the ultrasound on my stomach, found out I had 4 tumors, and I had to make the decision to have a myomectomy and hysterectomy. So what I did was I went to my herbalist, and he gave me tea and pills to relieve a lot of my symptoms, and it worked. Like my menstrual went down from 14 plus days to 9 to 8 days. My pain wasn't there as more. The clots wasn't coming out as bad anymore, but I kept going to the bathroom. Like I couldn't stop. Size of the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah.
A big, huge grape. It was 2 sizes, about 2.5 sizes of that. It was really big. It was really, really big, but I have 4. And they said, look, there's one that's aggressive and it will continue to grow, meaning you will continue going to the bathroom and your symptoms, you might have control on certain symptoms, but we don't know what's going to happen. With fibroids, the symptoms are not as bad with everybody, but most women, I would say about 75 to 80% of women will have fibroids. They're unaware. They might come and go. But it's women like me, and guess what? It's high in African American women. That's what women don't know. A lot of women have miscarriages, and they think it's just random because it's something with their body that was misconstrued. No, a lot of that has to do with fibroids. Fibroids causes miscarriages, and because women don't talk about fibroids, because we were taught not to talk about our menstrual. Hide your napkins. Make sure your man don't know you're on it. Like be strategic and secretive about it.
Yeah,
we kind of stayed on that track. My mother was taught that. Her mother was taught that. So it trickled down to me. I never wanted to talk about it when I found out I had it. So a lot of my family didn't know until after I went to the doctor, found out I had to have a surgery, and I chose the myomectomy. The myomectomy, they take for those that don't know what fibroids are, because I'm just talking about something they probably don't know what it is. They're benign tumors that grow in your uterus. Benign meaning non-cancerous. So these tumors that grow in your uterus can cause you to prevent you from having pregnancies. They can give you miscarriages, and you can have a lot of symptoms with your menstrual cycle because of it. You can become highly anemic, and that's what was happening to me. So I had a myomectomy. They removed them, and I was out for about a month, because we were filming at the time, and I was out for about a month. I came back and I told my story. But do you know I did not want to tell my story on the show?
Wow, I'm
About
glad that you did.
fibroids. I am now, but then I was crying every day, begging the producers, please, because I was just so embarrassed behind it. You know what I'm saying? I was embarrassed. I was uneducated. I just didn't know what I was getting myself into. But I'm glad I did. I've helped hundreds and hundreds of women. I get so many emails and DMs even today since, I've aired that on Love and Hip Hop.
I don't know if this is something that's in your wheelhouse, or you've been thinking about this, but I would create some kind of a foundation or some kind of business, nonprofit, something where you're going around educating people, or you're figuring out how to help someone that may be,
Girl,
need that surgery. I don't know.
You late. I'm already a spokesperson for fibroids.
Okay, good.
I speak up and speak out at different women empowerment events. I had my first fibroid awareness event last year in July, because July is Fibroid Awareness Month. We're having Juju was there. My brother was there. I had a few doctors there. Amada was there. Tip came. I had it in Miami, and it was amazing. We definitely were able to educate a lot of women. Tip found out that her friend had fibroids, so she took that information to her, and she was able to get help for herself. So I won't ever stop speaking on my story, and I understand that people will listen to my story because I've been through it. It's hard to believe somebody that haven't been through what you've been through, to believe that you understand my pain, understand my embarrassment, when you have no idea what it feels like to be in my position. But because I was in that position, that's why I speak on it, and I get a lot of attention from it. But that's how the Healthy Hand came about. The Healthy Hand is a website that was created because I have fibroids and I wanted to help so many women. So on the Healthy Hand, I went to the same herbalist that gave me my pills and my tea, and now I have that for sale on thehealthyhand.com. So the pills and the tea, what helps me, well, that also helps other women with their fibroid symptom.
With all this COVID-19 and coronavirus talk going around, my question to you is, what are you doing to make sure that your immune system is up, so you can be one of the individuals that can, besides staying at home, to make sure that you don't catch this particular virus?
I'm glad you asked that question. I recently got into black seed oil. Let me talk back about the Healthy Hand. Okay. The Healthy Hand started off with the fibroid awareness pills and tea, and then I went into the full body detox and then the belly detox. But recently I started selling black seed oil. I've been taking black seed oil, but I never thought about selling it to people. But black seed oil has been used for years, okay? For years. It comes from Egypt. It's been used to heal everything you can name, and I'll list some of them, from anemia, bronchitis, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, boosting your immune system, which that's what you need right now to fight off this virus. You know what I mean? Cancer, menstrual issues, detoxing. If you Google black seed oil right now, it will tell you on Google, black seed oil cures everything but death. And I'm not even being funny. That's what it says on there. So I take a tablespoon of black seed oil every day. I just started selling it like a little over a week ago. I'm sold out. Like, I'm literally waiting on the distributor waiting on the phone call so he can bring me more. And I didn't even order that many. I ordered like a little over 500. Gone. So I was like, okay, this is I'm gonna have to order way more than I thought. So the detox and the black seed oil is selling like crazy right now, because people, if you notice, people are getting more into their bodies. They're getting more in tune with their bodies. They want to live long, extended lives. So in order to do that, you have to treat the only one body you have. I'm not trying to convince nobody to boost your immune system, buy black seed oil, buy detox. That's on you. You could go back to Popeyes for all I care. You know what I mean? I'm just telling you what works for me. And I feel like the public is waking up. I do. Our society is waking up. A lot of people are going green.
Absolutely.
And wait, just because I don't eat meat, I'm not convincing you not to. if you decide to eat meat, at least eat the animal that's grass fed. Don't go buy the processed meats, and putting all of those
But you
toxins
know
into your
what?
body.
That's a very good point that you bring out. Here's the stumbling part that people come across, right? The good, so to speak, the good food, the grass fed, all that is at the higher expensive stores like the Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, maybe not Trader Joe's, but some of those some of those places. Here's the kicker. Yes, there's probably some people that would want to shell out extra dollars, but maybe they're on EBT or whatever, so have you. There are some of those markets and places that have the better quality meat. They don't accept that type of payment processing, so people are like faced with with the option they have to go elsewhere. So it's like it's a little difficult.
Nothing but an excuse to me. You rather spend money on materialistic things than to put that same amount of money into your body and your health. So no, that don't go with me. I ain't going for that.
Understand?
It's
Shout out,
always a way.
shout out to everyone that's in the chat. Shay,
Okay.
As we move on with your career in entertainment, because clearly I don't see you stopping anytime soon. Are you going to continue your journey on Love and Hip Hop? Because Love and Hip Hop, if anyone that's been keeping up, the Love and Hip Hop franchise has been changing. Some players that was there from inception has now changed. Production has changed. A lot of things have changed.
It's like you got to think of the type of show that you're on. It took us 7, 8 months to film this show. About 7, I say, to film this show. You got to see 12 episodes plus part 1, part 2 of the reunion. That's 14 episodes. Each episode is an hour, and you might as well cut that down. But based on the commercials, it's about 43 minutes. And then within that 43 minutes, you got 20 plus cast members. So you're really not seeing who I am. You're only getting a snippet of who I am. That's not even a piece of the pie. You know what I mean? That's a piece of the crust at the end on the corner. Right. So it's you once you learn the business and learn the environment you in, and know that you have to use the platform to push whatever you got going on. Because people, I've gotten the question, Love and Hip Hop is about rappers and hip hop and da 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 da. I said, oh, would you prefer me to go to the studio like everybody else and act like I'm a rapper and never have a hit record and put out a bunch of music that don't go nowhere? Because I'm serious. If you look at every single franchise from Atlanta, LA, New York to Miami, how many people have recent hit records? I'm not talking about history now. I'm giving props to the people that did their thing back in the day now. Don't get it twisted. We've had some good hit records from several individuals.
Yeah.
But I want you to count how many people had hit records. I'll wait. Look at all the cast members. It's not a lot. So I'm not about to jump into something I'm not interested in, meaning go be a rapper or go try to date the hip hop guy such and such just so I can be on Love and Hip Hop. I don't beg to be on the show. They like my personality and I like the money they give me. It's a business. It's an exchange. You pay me, you know what I mean? And I go on the show. I don't mind exposing who I am because your opinions don't bother me. So would I go back on Love and Hip Hop? I wouldn't mind, but it really depends on what my team and I are doing once the coronavirus situation is over, because there are other shows that have asked me to come on. You know what I'm saying? There's other gigs that I'll be doing, and my speaking engagements are going up, before this coronavirus situation happened. So I have options, put it that way. I'm not depending on Love and Hip Hop, but I appreciate Love and Hip Hop. I'm not one of the ones that act like I don't want to be on there. I don't need you. I don't appreciate you. I'm not that. That's been a part of my life, a part of my journey, which has helped me, increase and show people. If it wasn't for Love and Hip Hop, some of y'all listening right now wouldn't even know who I am.
Right.
So the fact that I was on that platform, I'm able to introduce myself to you. And maybe if you follow me on social media, I am Shay Johnson, you can get a different perspective on who I am, because it's more to me than just what you see on Love and Hip Hop. But yeah, I have no regrets. Okay. So it depends. It just depends on my walk of life and what my team and I got planned for the future. So we'll see though. I love the show. I don't care what nobody says. It's funny. Before we leave, you guys follow me. I am Shay Johnson. Go to the website, thehealthyhand.com, black seed oil, detox, fibroid relief pills. And make sure you don't judge a book by its cover. Read the book and get to know a little bit more about me before you judge me. I'm never no bully, because somebody on Love and Hip Hop said I was a bully, and I asked that person to say. So don't ever listen to nobody. Come to me. I'm the source. Make sure you can continue to support me. And I love y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Shay, don't go anywhere. Stay right there. We'll be back with our closing remarks with Shay. Keep it locked. Make sure you follow me on all my social platforms at I am Carlotta's Corner on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Snapchat. Not Snapchat. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook at Carlotta's Corner. That is my time. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
I look like 10. I'll make you keep grinding till I get bright.